Welcome to the Crafty Meraki Countdown to Christmas, where each day in the month of December we are bringing you Christmas projects and holiday inspiration as we work our way through the month of December and you finish up any holiday crafting that you might be doing. My name is Beth from Bourbon Creek Craft. Today I am going to be making a scrapbook page, a 12 by 12 scrapbook layout. I'm going to be using the Merry tag. It's like a slimline tag die. I'm also going to be using today the Gilded Holiday Greetings stamp set. And this is really cool. Pardon the noise there. This is really cool because it's all one piece. And so you can stamp a ton of sentiments at one time. And then I also have the coordinating die set, which will then die cut all of those sentiments out at one time for me. So this is something like if you were, making Christmas cards, you could stamp out a whole bunch of sentiments and kind of knock a bunch out at one time. And then, that would speed up your holiday card process. And if you really wanted to, you could ink up just an individual sentiment as well, like mask off everything around it and just ink up an individual sentiment and do it that way as well. So I'm going to be incorporating some of these sentiments on my layout today. It is going to be a Christmas layout. So I'm going to be working in the sentiments and the tag die set and create a festive little layout. So let's jump into my project. The first thing I'm going to do is stamp all the sentiments. I have a large sheet of white cardstock that I'm putting into my MISTI. And since this is the first time I'm using this stamp, and since it's so large, I want to make sure I am able to ink it up a couple times so I can get nice, clear images. And since this is the first time I've used it, I am kind of using the oils on my hands to condition it a little bit. I moved my sheet of paper towards the center of the MISTI, hoping to have good clearance all the way around for stamping. And I realized later, or here in a few minutes, that the Happy New Year at the bottom is blocked a little bit by that magnet bar down at the bottom, so I do work a little bit harder to get the Happy New Year to stamp clearly. And it's not even a sentiment that I'm using on my layout today, but I was like, if I'm going to have all these stamped, I want to go ahead and have them all stamped and ready to go. So finally get that one clear and I'm happy with it, and now can move on to cutting all of these out. I mean, if you take out the time of me trying to get the Happy New Year to stamp cleanly because my magnet was in the way, the amount of time it took to stamp all these sentiments and cut them out and have them ready to go was no time at all. So I just really love this idea, especially even if you're not mass making, a batch of the same cards, just having all these sentiments ready to go this time of year to put on the cards as you do need them or as you're making them is just such a great idea to me. So popping all of those sentiments out, and we'll set those aside so that they are ready to add to my layout later. Now I'm going to move on. I'm going to cut out the tag a couple different times. Once from that ornament pattern paper, and I'm just using various pattern papers from my stash. They've been in my stash for a while, and then some red cardstock. And then I'm also going to use some silver, kind of like a matte silver cardstock for the word Merry. And then these are kind of going to be part of my title at the top. So I have my photos. These are photos we went to our downtown and the zoo. These photos are from 2018, so it's been a while ago. But just did, Christmas at the zoo, took in lights. We have lights at the monument, our downtown on our circle. And then we ran into Motorcycle Santa. I had heard about him hanging out on the circle in our downtown, but we'd never actually seen him. So my girls got to meet Motorcycle Santa. They were excited and surprised. And so now I'm just trying to figure out how I want all my layers. I kind of had a general idea of how I wanted to lay out, but then realized I wanted to bring that ornament paper throughout since it has all of the colors that I'm using in the layout. Add some glue to the back of my Merry word here, and I'm going to add that to the red tag, and then we'll let it sit and dry and add some weight to it since that Mary is a little bit stiffer cardstock. And now I am going to kind of put together the layers of my layout. And I like to kind of lay everything out and then come back and glue everything down. And sometimes it works out that I'm able to kind of keep some of the layers there and just work, like slide things in underneath it. Sometimes I end up having to take a picture and take the whole thing apart. Just kind of depends on the day. This day I actually did both. I'm going to put this red plaid piece down and then realize I wanted it to shift it just a tad so that the ornament paper in the top left overlaps it. And then I'm going to slide the ornament paper kind of in on the top right up there, trying to remember where I had it. And then I try not to push my layers down so that I can slide pieces underneath, but I realized here I wanted to add that strip of silver cardstock underneath my red plaid piece there, and somehow I had accidentally pushed that down. So I kind of turn it upside down just so I can peel that back a little bit. And then we'll slide the silver strip in, and I wanted to bring the silver in just again to pull in some more of, since that's what my title is at the top, I wanted to kind of bring that down to the rest of the layout as well. We'll add another strip of that ornament paper just so it kind of creates a visual triangle with all three colors. And now I can add my photos. And then I'm going to jump back up to the top there, add my tags. And if you notice I didn't cut the full tag, I let the end of the tag die hang over the edge of my pattern paper and my cardstock just so it gave me a straight edge on one end and then that curved edge on the other. And then I want this Mary piece to be a little bit shorter than the ornament, so I'm just going to overlap that across the top and then come in and trim off that excess. And now I'm going to bring in the sentiments that I stamped. So I'm going to pull in several of them. At the bottom there I'm adding "'Tis the Season," and then I want to use the ampersand and bright to finish off my title, and then I'm using love and joy with my photos. So I'm going to go ahead and glue down my words. I can't believe we are almost at the end of December already. I swear this month just flies by every year, and I'm not quite ready for Christmas. I've got most everything done, but still, like, it's just gone so fast. I hope everyone has been enjoying the inspiration on the Crafty Meraki channel this month and have gotten a lot of holiday crafting done as well. I decided there at the top that I wanted to make the "and bright" stand out just a little bit more since it was so small compared to the Mary. So I brought in a scrap strip of the silver cardstock and I'm just going to add it behind the word "bright." I'm going to fishtail that. And then that just kind of anchors. I just felt it was floating up there on its own a little bit, so can get those glued down, and then my title is done. I love the versatility of the Mary die like that. I just love that big bold sentiment. Now I am going to I added my journaling there down underneath the picture on the left, and I decided I needed some more embellishments. So I took some circle punches of various sizes and use some of the scrap red cardstock I had as well as some of that silver cardstock and just punch some circles. And I'm going to be bringing those in along with some of the matte silver opal gems, and that will kind of finish off the layout as far as adding some more like pops of color, a little more fun, and then a little dimension with the little opal gems. And I have sped this part up just because, I don't know, I like to fiddle with my gems or sequins when I'm laying them out, and so like this was just a painstaking process. So now that I pretty much have everything where I think I want it, I can go ahead and get everything glued down. I knew I wanted to use like traditional red and green. I love using that for my layouts, but I wanted to be able to incorporate these matte silver gems, and so I am glad I found that silver cardstock in my stash just to add a little bit of extra shine and, you know, like metallic element to my holiday layout. I hope you guys have been enjoying the inspiration on this channel all month long. I know there have been some really awesome projects and creators. Hope you guys have gotten some inspiration for your own holiday crafting. So as I get these last few gems laid out, my layout is finished. Hope you guys enjoyed this project. Thank you so much for your time today. I hope you all have a very crafty day and happy holidays.